You are once again welcome to Evangelist Imakalo TV, Treasurer of Excellent Knowledge. I am your serviceable servant, Evangelist Imakalo. I have a candid advice to Judy Austin. Judy Austin, that is the ex-wife of Mr. Obasi, who is now currently in a supposed marriage with Yul Edochie, and we have been talking about these two people long ago. It has been up to 3 or 4 years their shenanigans began, and they are still raising dust in the social media and also in the physical. So the reason I want to give this advice is the current trending about the relationship between Yul Edochie, Judy Austin, then Mr. Obasi. These three people are connected to the complication of marriage. Then we have seen Yul Edochie being invited to a podcast. He was interviewed over his relationship with Judy, and smartly he gave them some words and kept some to himself. He played very smart, which is good for him, and I support him for doing so. Mr. Obasi was also invited for a podcast regarding the same issue. He explained himself. However, there are some issues or some of actions he shouldn't have taken. It is not a violent action. It is about him emotionally belittling himself. So I will just relate that to his incompetence regarding to social relationship. Then on the side of Judy Austin, she reacted in the social media from her Facebook page, and the people began to comment based on her reaction. These are the three things that had happened, but they are not the reason, the major reasons I am bringing the advice, but I'm just relating on them so that we will know the context of the video that I'm making. I'm not talking about the content, I'm talking about the context. What brought about the matters arising. So people have begun to advise, more especially Judy Austin. That is the main reason, the bone of contention that had prompted me to come up with my own candid advice. People have begun to advise her. Some people advise her to settle amicably with her ex-husband, not to go back for remarry or to reconnect their marriage, but it is about the issue of the children they have together, because Mr. Obasi is demanding that Judy Austin should return his children, while Judy Austin refused to return his children. Probably that should be 2 children, and they are grown up. Then the advisors advising her to settle amicably with her ex-husband regarding the issue of them having custody together over the children or her returning the children fully to Mr. Obasi, because I have that the main issue is that she does not allow Mr. Obasi access to her children. That is a good advice. That is a very good advice. Also, on the other side, she is being blamed for even coming up to social media, trying to defend herself as she usually does, trying to justify herself. One of her advisors advised her like that, blame her, and that is a very serious cautioning, which is very, very good, and I support that. But I am not in support of the advice of the same person who had cautioned Judy Austin very well. The reason I don't support the advice is because the person had advised her to begin to take people to court, to begin to sue people who insult her or those who, let me say, those who slander her. Permit me to use the word slander. That is those who assassinate her character. I mean those who assassinate Judy Austin's character in the sense that they are condemning her action regarding her marriage, and also trying to protect the image of May Edochie, the previous wife and the first wife of Yul Edochie. So I want to stand against Judy Austin beginning to sue people in the court. This is the main reason I want this video to get her anyhow possible and any means possible. Let this video get to Judy Austin. I will also, if it will get to those advising her to begin to take people to court, and that when she use one person to set the example, other people will begin to shrink and go back, and she will be free. I want to stand against that advice, then to come up with my own advice. Judy Austin, I want to advise you not to take anybody to court, because the people criticizing you or slandering you are not your problem. And I can guarantee you that if you begin to take people to court, you will not even win the case in the first place. And you make the matter worse. It will not make people to shrink, as some people are making you to believe. People will not shrink because you want to, or you eventually take someone to court for slandering you regarding your marriage. That will not stop people. It will worsen the case. The reason I'm saying this is this. Even if you have the money, you are so rich that you have some money to spend and waste just because you want to subdue or you want to deal with those who criticize you or slander you. I want to tell you that the person you want to sue will never be alone. I don't know the person yet, but the person will never be alone. People will stand for the person. That is one thing I am guaranteeing you. People will volunteer themselves to stand for the person, because the person is not your problem. Judy Austin, you are the problem of yourself. And this is where your advisors fail to tell you the truth. You are the problem of yourself. Even though they have condemned your misbehavior, misconduct, and they have debunked your foolishness, which is good. But I want to counter their advice for you to begin to take people to court, because it will not go down well with you. Then to hit the hammer on the nail, to hit the hammer on the top of the nail, is to say that your arrogance is your problem. Your arrogance is your problem. What is arrogance? Arrogance is the struggle to defending errors and mistakes. When errors and mistakes are made, rather than to take up responsibility, then retrace your step. You begin to be rude to defending yourselves, and this has been your attitude between you and Yul Edochie. At the moment, Yul Edochie is far better than you, because Yul Edochie had even begun to take up his responsibility. And you can certainly see that the pressure is lessening on him. There is no magic about it. It is because he had begun to accept his responsibility. But as a man, he will find it difficult, and as a public figure, Yul Edochie will find it difficult to just come publicly to tell everybody he is sorry, he had been wrong all along. But strategically, he is implementing himself into the heart of the people by step taking up his responsibility for that error. So the reason of all this escalation is not because the both of you have made the mistake. The main reason is because you try to begin to play on the intelligence of the Biafrans, more especially the Nigerians and the rest of the world. You people try to make us believe what you have done had been all right, when we certainly know that it is very, very wrong. And you know that it is wrong. But you want to play smart, so people began to respond to you according to your behavior. It is your arrogance. Arrogance is in other words, arrogance is in other words, being proud, being full of self without wisdom, being proud, being rudely proud without wisdom. That is what arrogance is, and that is exactly what you represent. Judy Austin, I want to say Judy Edochie, permit me for, no, because Judy Edochie had not been announced officially. It is just remaining in the claims, not officially recognized. So, Judy Austin, you are the problem of yourself because you have been so persistent to be arrogant. Now, to just drop the special advice I have for you in 1 minute or 2 minutes. I want to tell you, call your ex-husband, Mr. Bassey. You may not make it public. Have a private talk with him. Start from phone calls, or send somebody to go and meet him on your behalf. Let the person tell him that you want the both of you to talk together. I will advise you in this case to resolve the issue of you having possession of the children you have together with him alone. Some people are advising him to move on with his life since he had married and have other children with a different woman. But I insist that he continue to claim his children in your custody, because both in Christian marriage, in African traditional marriage, Igbo traditional marriage to be precise, since the man is not the one who divorced you without a justifiable reason, you decided to leave the marriage on your own, or you decided to divorce him based on your choice and decision, you shouldn't have moved away in the first place with those children. This is the truth they are not telling you. So, Mr. Bassey, as a man, has every right to stand It doesn't matter whether he has 50 children elsewhere. Each child he gave birth to remains his child, anywhere, any day, anywhere. And he has every right to claim them. If he believes he has the capacity to take care of them, it is his right. And you must give them to him. You shouldn't have taken them in the first place. However, under consideration, when you speak with him, let the both of you settle amicably, and it will be wise that he at least consider that the two of you should be having access to the children. Then you plan for their future together. It is very, very important. Then on the other hand, I will tell you not to take anybody to court. And if you will humble yourself to obey my voice right now, I will tell you to make a video clip. Even if it is 5 minutes, make a video clip and apologize to the African public, accepting your responsibility of being wrong in all of this shenanigan. Apologize to the African public. Tell them you have been wrong all along, and now you have realized your mistake, that they and myself, we should collectively forgive you. Then you see a different tone of the music. As soon as you make this video, if you listen to my voice, you see a different tone of the music. The same people who have been condemning you for 4 years will begin to come back to support you. Just do what I tell you and you'll see the result. If it fails, hold me responsible. But if it succeeds, you come and give me your testimony. God bless you.